Good morning, and welcome to a press conference brought to you by the Houston Fire Department. Very important safety message that we'd like to share with you today. The reason we've got you here is we want to stress the importance of having a working smoke detector and maintaining your smoke detector at all times. The statistics and fatalities for Houston can be prevented. We have 2 fatalities in recent years, as current as last year and this year. 2 fatalities from results of unattended cooking, cigarettes, and even space heaters. We have histories showing that persons were out of their home in the time of fire and decided to go back in for material items. Your life is worth way more than any kind of material item that you can go back in your home for. At this time, I'd like to introduce firefighter Kenyatta Parker to discuss maintaining your smoke detector and making sure you have one working in your home.
Good morning. The City of Houston and the Houston Fire Department have a unique citywide initiative called Get Alarm Houston. It's when we install for free smoke detectors and batteries. Those around the city who do not have smoke detectors can go to your... Those in the city who do not have smoke detectors can go to your nearest HFD fire station and you will receive one. Those who are not physically or mentally able to install them themselves, you can call the number 713-495-7900. And we will set an installation appointment to come out there and install the smoke detector. Smoke detectors. First, I want to talk about the location, where you place a smoke detector. First of all, you want it in the common area right outside the sleeping area, the bedrooms. In most homes, you have a common hallway where the bedrooms are surrounded. You want to place them in that hallway. If you're mounting the smoke detector on the wall, you want it at least no more than 12 inches from the ceiling of the wall. If you're mounting it on the ceiling, you want it at least 4 inches away from the wall. If you're have a ceiling that's pitched, you want the smoke detector 3 feet from the highest point of that ceiling if you have a pitched ceiling. Maintenance of the smoke detector. You want to change the smoke detector battery twice a year. A good rule of thumb to remember is when you change your clock, daylight saving times, you change the battery every time. You want to change the battery, check the battery every month. Upon location, even with location, if you notice any dust or lint or any foreign material in the vent area of the smoke detector, you want to maintain that clean. You want to make sure that that's clean. Any foreign material can cause the smoke detector to falsely go off or give you false readings, anything of that nature. Smoke detectors, about 92% of all smoke detectors around the nation, 92% of all homes have smoke detectors around the nation, but 1/3 of those smoke detectors aren't operable. They're not working. So if you have a smoke detector and it's not working, it's not maintained properly, there's no reason to have a smoke detector. The reason we have smoke detectors is to give you those critical extra seconds to evacuate the home that's needed for your safety. This year's daylight saving time starts March 7th, so we need you to set your clocks back March 7th, and remember, when you set your clocks back, you want to change the batteries of the smoke detector. When you set your clocks forward, you want to change the batteries of the smoke detector. Thank you.
Also, in regards to your smoke detectors, it is advisable to seek the manufacturer's recommendations and always remember to change those units out every 10 years. Carbon monoxide, you always change those out every 5 years. As important as it is to have a working smoke detector, it is twice as important to know what to do when that smoke detector goes off. To talk about that, I introduce firefighter Pedro Hinojosa.
So the important thing about having an escape plan in your home, you're going to practice with other members of the family, adults and kids. You're going to practice a minimum of twice a year with other family members. Identify the escape. Make sure you identify your escape route, whether it's a window or a door. You want to use a door as your primary means of escape, and then use a window as a secondary means of escape. The most important thing is make sure you have a designated meeting place, whether it's a mailbox, the neighbor's driveway, next to a vehicle, a tree, but make sure all the family members are accounted for and have met at the same place at that time. Then you will call 911. If you live in a second-story house, you want to make sure all the windows and doors are not blocked, and make sure you have an escape ladder. That way it's easier for you to escape off the second floor. And if you live in apartment complex, in case of fire, you want to use the escalators or the stairwell. Avoid the elevators. Alright? And most of the fires, like I said, happen in the morning hours. You'll be asleep. Smoke kills, so stay low for all. Alright?